Okay, teacher, we know that you're sincere, they say. You show deference to no one, flatter, 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 because you don't regard people with partiality, but you teach God's way properly. So tell us, is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar, or isn't it? Jesus, by way of response, says, well, show me this tribute penny. And it just so happens that I have one such tribute penny here. This is one of the Tiberius coins that they would have had. They're small, but you can see clearly Tiberius's head on one side with some writing around it, and then the image of a God on the other side with again some writing around it. And Jesus says, whose is this image and this inscription? And Jesus knows, and they know, that the inscription says various things. Tiberius Caesar, son of the divine Augustus. Oh, yes, well, Augustus had been deified. Tiberius was his adopted son. So on the one side, this says, Son of God. Isn't that interesting? And on the other side, it says, Pontifex Maximus, the great Roman high priest. Well, well, here we are in the temple with an image that says Son of God and High Priest. Just how many resonances can we set up here? And so they say, well, it's Caesar's image. Yes, okay, they admit. They know perfectly well. They have been, as it were, caught red-handed with the hated imperial coinage in their possession. Quite apart from anything else, Jesus knew and his hearers knew that human beings are made in the image of God. Genesis says so. So that when Jesus is talking about an image, and when he's relating it to himself, then the idea of what belongs to God is not simply some ethereal spiritual stuff somewhere. It's actually everything to do with being human. But more than that, 200 years before Jesus' time, as I've already mentioned in this course, the revolt of the Maccabees in the 160s BC was precipitated by the Syrians coming in as a great pagan invading army, taking over the place. And when the revolt against the Syrians gets underway, old Mattathias in 1 Maccabees chapter 2 gives a long speech, and the climax of that speech, 1 Maccabees 2:68, he says, pay back the Gentiles as they deserve and keep the commandments of the law. It's as though Jesus is picking up a revolutionary slogan and using it to say cryptically, yes, of course, pay Caesar back what Caesar deserves, and leaving that ambiguous as to whether he said yes or no to the trick question they asked him. But then pay God back as God deserves is a universal claim. The totality of human life is owed to God, the Creator, God who is all around looking after us and is Lord over Caesar as well.